Hi folks, and welcome back to some more Ultimate General Civil War. It is the 22nd of July 1864 and we're going to fight the Georgia Railroad campaign, which I believe is part of Sherman's 1864 campaign against Atlanta. In the beginning of May 1864, our army departed Chattanooga, Tennessee, and continued further south. During our advance, we were confronted by the Confederate General Joseph E. Johnston, who continuously executed delaying tactics without giving a real battle. That's right, Johnston managed to keep the Confederate Army of Tennessee together really well. He did try to launch some attacks on Sherman by setting traps and ambushes for him, but Sherman generally didn't walk into them. So Johnston basically was going to give up Atlanta without a fight. And that didn't go down well with the Confederate leadership, partly because it was one of the key cities of the Confederacy that remaining in this time would be a huge morale loss if Atlanta fell. But Johnston wanted to keep his army intact rather than risk battle. So he was replaced by John Bell Hood, who you may remember from Gettysburg and Chickamauga as well. He was much more of a lion, and much more of a direct fighter, but maybe not so great on the overall strategic situation. According to our latest report, General John Bell Hood has replaced Johnston in the command of the besieged Confederate Army. Hood is known to be an aggressive commander, so all our forces have been warned of a possible Confederate attack. And this is exactly what happened. Hood went immediately onto the offensive, trying to destroy Sherman's army, rather than give up the city of Atlanta without a fight. So, let's see what we've got here. Our scouts report that the Confederate force is heading towards our trenches. We have what looks like a very strong entrenched position. We need to deploy our men and repel the attackers. Hold the opposition at all costs, or else the Confederates will be able to reopen the Georgia Railroad and receive valuable supplies. Okay, so what have we got here? We're going to be. Have we got everything in? We've got 20 brigades. All right. Okay. No, we've got 24 brigades. We've got everything in place, which is cool, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter too much where these guys start. We've got sharpshooters over there. That's fine. That's where they want to be. Cavalry also wants to be over on this side because they're not going to be manning trenches. We want stuff that can definitely man the trenches. We've got some 12-pounder Napoleons over there. I guess having some artillery over that side is going to be fine. Looking at our positions here, here's the objectives. This is where the heaviest fighting is probably going to be. And on this side, see, this side can be outflanked. So I don't feel confident holding this, but I'll probably put some skirmishes in there. And we'll definitely hold the woods. The woods look like a better defensive line for our purposes than going over that stream and getting caught out. Okay, other than possibly putting someone else in this front, but I don't think we need to. We've got artillery down here. No, this looks good. This looks good. Hang on, we've got Cummins battery, which are rifles, if I remember right. 20-pounder Parrots as well. No, that's okay. I'm going to go with what we've got here, and we'll just bring the other artillery up. Okay, let's start the battle and pause straight away. So we want stuff. We've got the Solstice shooters. Excellent. Straight in here. And D's... Oh, hang on. Was that D's brigade I think I sent in? And the Solstice shooters down there. All right, I thought this was maybe 2 different fortifications. It's 3. So what we need to do is very quickly get Alex's Royal Guard in there as well, and quickly throw some other guys in here. Toll's brigade, anyone to the front as soon as possible. No skirmishes out. We'll sort that out in a minute, and I think that should be fine. So what have we got left? We've got Frangus's battery, which we do want something definitely in reserve up here. We've also got the supplies, which I'm going to move to the centre. This is only 1 corps we've got as well, so I'm going to put Mark over here where he can quickly respond to both sides. So we've got the cavalry right over this side. And I'm not going to fully deploy to that, but give me three brigades here, if it'll let me pick them. And let's put them in the woods like that. And then we'll probably put some skirmishers, some sharpshooters down there. Not these guys. Not these guys. And not the cavalry. We'll put the cavalry in the woods over there. All right, that's okay. And we've got the big batteries at the back up here. Let's bring them up to the center, roughly like this. Actually, these, what have we got? These are all... Okay, Ben's battery's a big battery. We're definitely going to put him in the woods over here, facing that way. And we'll deploy as needed. So let's get some more men. I'm going to put 2 brigades over here as backup. Or maybe we already have one over there. I don't think I've ordered Badger's brigade in. That's fine. Okay, let's get playing, and then let's see who's on the move. What we'll do is run these guys into position as fast as possible. And then we'll take the running command off once they're positioned. Badger's men, let's get some skirmishers out so that we can hold both sides. In fact, I'm going to put some skirmishers behind there. And then Badger's actual brigade. I don't know where the attacks are going to come from, so we're going to need stuff all over the place, holding everywhere that we can. Right, let's put you there. You a bit closer. Right, let's stop here. Let's pause quickly. These guys can deploy skirmishers. And the St. McCracken's. We're going to have someone up on this flank, I think. These guys will pull back to this flank if it goes horribly wrong. And I'm going to do that so we can keep an eye on things. Now, whether that's a great idea or not, I don't know. We shall see. I guess we shall see. Let's put some skirmishers down here. Maybe they're supporting, maybe because there's a potential weak spot, which I think leaves us 2 spare brigades, I would say, to hold the centre. Let's get them over there. Let's get them over there now. We definitely want skirmishers behind the main lines. Excellent, you guys you weren't even running. Okay, turn those off. Make sure everyone has a little rest now. And recovers all their fatigue and everything else. They're in good shape. That's fine. Badger's men. I'm going to put Badger's men in the farmhouse here. We've got Ben's battery of big guns. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take Sean's brigade and put them in the wheat field. And deploy skirmishers. So we've got skirmishers behind things as well. Skirmishers everywhere. The Lancashire Fusiliers. Let's put them... There's a farmhouse there for a bit of extra cover. The actual Lancashires, I want... I want them over here. So we want the defence in depth, really. We see we've got stuff coming out on this. Okay, what I can do is I can put these guys over here. I'm just going to dismount the Dragoons, Washington's Rangers, who are armed with the Spencer carbine. So these guys could do some awesome use. They don't have the most amazing range, but that's fine. Right, we've got guns in position. We've got skirmishers in position. At least I think we have. Let's just make sure that these guys are deployed nicely forwards. It seems pretty good to me. I kind of like what we've got going on. The Yorkshires, hang on, let's deploy some skirmishers down here behind this. And Clemens Brigade. Clemens Brigade, just form up there for the moment. I don't actually know what to do with you. Tell you what, we'll take some skirmishers from you, and we'll put them behind here in front of Badger's men. So we've got the artillery opening up. We've got 3.5 hours to hold our line. Let's see if we can do this. This is going to be an interesting fight. What's our cover like? Our cover is good. Our cover is good. There looks to be artillery, enemy artillery in the woods. My temptation is to send skirmishers forward to see what's... Okay, we've got action coming on over here. I'm just going to go and put some skirmishers here. I don't have any sort of reserves across here. That artillery is too far back. Forwards. This looks like a big... Oh, I was going to say a big rebel assault. It is, but they're coming straight in. They're closer than I thought. And you've got Lowry's brigade. Okay. These brigades aren't as big and powerful as I thought. This is the Confederate Army of the Tennessee we are facing here. I thought they were going to be much bigger. We've seen some big enemies that we've had to fight off recently. we've got a much heavier presence of enemies here. I'm going to just advance forward with the Lancashires. We've got Frangus's battery. The risk is that they try to overwhelm our defences just with numbers. We seem to be in a solid position there, that's okay. There is a fairly hefty attack coming in, but Jedi's brigade is seeing them off at the moment. Heavy attack over there, heavy attack down here. Okay, there's more brigades marching this way. I'm just going to move our wonderful commander in this direction. Because I think my centre looks fairly solid, like. Okay, they're going in, but they're achieving very little like that. I've got some sharpshooters ready to pounce on that side. Oof, okay, this looks a bit heavier. Let's see if I can bring the cascade cannons in for some closer support. Because this bit in the middle doesn't look threatened at all at the moment. And this bit looks solid, like we've just driven them off. So let's bring Mark back over to where he's probably going to be needed. Damn, the whole rebel army is attacking. Why? What else have we just seen? Okay, they're coming up here. Let's make sure our artillery can come down and help. Okay, I was about to say let's move the skirmishers in, but it looks like they're going to be busy. Let's get these guys on the flank. 2 attacks coming in. Okay, this might be ill-timed. Let's get the cavalry over. I mean, these are just skirmishers trying to hold a flipping defensive line here. So well, let's get those guys straight into position if we can. Don't retreat. I wonder if I can get these guys on the flank. Let's go for it. Frisian volunteer. That's a tough fight. Okay, I need to be focused elsewhere because that's not really going to be the deciding fight, is it? Okay, the artillery's doing some good work over there. We're holding quite strongly at the moment, so this is good. If the enemy want to walk straight up across the open field, that's fine by me. Of course, this is generally how attacks were delivered, and they were brutal. Absolutely brutal. Okay, let's see if we can get the Thompson sharpshooters in on that business. Florida Brigade. I mean, we're kind of lucky that he's not throwing this in at the same time, because I think that would just be the end of it. Frisian Volunteers. I mean, skirmishers aren't really designed for that sort of job. Yeah, I don't want to commit those to defending that flank. This looks like this might be more important over here. Who have we got? Right, let's bring up some extra reinforcements. Just come through the back of there. And I'm going to deploy Sean's brigade further forward. Ben's battery sniping from the back there. I mean, they are doing well. I always wonder if I should have my artillery closer up. Generally, the answer is yes. For rifle guns, it's possibly not so important. What happened over here? We chased them off, but holy shit, they're coming in. Right, flee. Do you know what? Let's just fall back from there. We've got to let these guys come in here. Make sure, actually, let's make sure this line is pretty much in the right place. This could be a big outflanking maneuver, but it's okay if they try to come. They're pulling back. Okay, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. Let's get on the flank. And let's get some vision down there. Big fighting going on over here. Although we are winning it quite nicely. Jedi's brigade. Wow, the enemy they're taking some solid casualties here. I'm wondering if I could sneak out Badger's men across the top there. And the Lancashire Fusiliers, who seem to be taking some losses over there. Move Clemens' boys in. Okay, Reynolds is making an ill-judged attack, I think. I've got to watch out. There is rebel cavalry over there. I do not want to be sat out here with skirmishers if that lot's going to come at me. We must try and be aware of that. That's the best I think we can probably ask for. I think the Frisian volunteers lost their skirmishers, which is very sad. Let's pull forward, or move forward with the cavalry, just to keep an eye on things. Well, our artillery is doing some work. D's brigade. We are taking casualties, but we are inflicting an awful lot more. Wow, okay. They came forward to deliver a volley at Badger's. If I hadn't turned them, I think they would have been fine there. I think they would have been absolutely fine. Why are they routing in that direction? Okay. Yeah, now they've got the right idea. Now they've got the right idea. So when did I bring Mark back to? I was concerned that this was going to be a problem, but morale seems to be pretty solid around here. Okay, there's definitely a heavier attack over there. Let's bring him back and put him right in the middle of the fighting. Okay. Open fire. Come on, come on. I want to volley. I want to volley at these guys. There we go. Chase off the enemy cavalry. Melee cavalry is a scary thing, even when you sat behind 3 level entrenchments like this. I mean, at the moment, I don't think I've got too much to worry about on this one. Seems to be some sort of attempt over here. Let's bring the sharpshooters down. These guys, though they've had a fight and they've pulled back, that's understandable. Part of me is thinking, let's put a brigade in this. Do you know what? I'm feeling confident. Let's put a brigade in there. And let's bring their skirmishers over for support. Good. Thompson sharpshooters. Let's start getting some casualties inflicted onto Carter down there. I think I can hold the flank. So we'll get the St. McCracken's in there. Part of me is tempted to bring the cavalry out as well. Okay, this could be good. Well, they're going straight in for just an insane charge, so I've got to watch that these guys don't get flanked. But yeah, having repeater armed cavalry in the back of that could cause some fantastic losses amongst the Confederates. And it is doing. Quite funny though that they still have the same animation, the old muzzle loading animation for the repeaters. I guess we can't ask too much of the game. Yeah, I shouldn't maybe be focusing on this quite as much as I am, but it's kind of cool to watch. pull the sharpshooters off to the side. Nice. Okay, the cavalry's got some excellent kills with those. And we'll pull those off of there as well. Let's not go chasing and take a lot of casualties there that we don't need to. Now I'm wondering if I should replace the dudes on the front line. Tall's brigade's not really got involved there. They've taken some artillery fire, which we can't spot. Jedi's brigade. Wow, look at this. 10-to-1 casualty ratio. That's fantastic. Cavalry tried to move in, but that was a mistake, I think. Well, I'm not moving out of my entrenchments, but what I will do is I'm going to line up Badger's brigade right behind here, and I'm going to return the skirmishers because they're not needed over there. So now over in the center, let's have a look. We're getting issues with supply, so let me make sure our supply wagons can move in. And I can well believe that because of the fighting over here. It's been kind of rough. Let's move some skirmishers forward. I wouldn't mind some vision down here. Yeah, this is where the Confederate main effort. You can see the wave, the high tide of the bodies. That's kind of grim. Kind of grim. I was impressed by the 10-to-1 casualty ratio here. Look at this. 90. That's nearly 20. That is 20-to-1. 20-to-1 casualty ratio. That's savage. Supplies are running low there. I do feel like it is time. I'm going to bring Badger's men up. And then we're going to fall back with Chris Pinckney's in a minute. Ammunition is going to be a problem around here soon. And skedaddle. They might take a few casualties as they retreat. But that's okay. That's okay. Excellent. Badger's men are in place. Just in time. Just in time to receive... who's that? Coltart. Well, we've successfully executed a change in our front line under fire. Alex's men have not really had an opportunity to get involved so far, which makes me think I can do something risky like this. Let's start playing with skirmish. We've still got an hour to go, but it would be nice to be able to go and see where the enemy are and maybe get some little snipings going on here. We've got two fresh brigades over here. This should be restoring ammunition now. And it is, albeit slowly. Okay, what I'm going to do is we're going to send cavalry, sharpshooters and skirmishers through the woods. I'm going to try and find enemy cannons in there. Right, we've got issues there. We're going to fall back, put the Lancashires in. It's mainly for issues of ammunition. Major General Louis Wagner is wounded. We've got issues here as well. Okay, let's have a changeover. We've got the Lancashires in, which is excellent. Are we seeing heavy fighting down here? We're seeing a more concerted effort now, but we have the supplies. These brigade are resupplying, which is cool. What I might do is move those over there. And let's bring Bull's brigade over to this side, because we might switch over. Right, let's see if we can surge through these woods and see if we can spot something to blast away at without taking a load of casualties. There's some artillery in there, so I need to get my men into the trees where they're no longer hidden. Oh god, there's a lot of artillery in there. Okay, excellent. And there's enemy skirmishers as well. Right, blast that artillery from the side. You get on the skirmishers. What's happening over here? Alex's Royal Guard. They've got in there, but they are taking fire. There's no point doing that, so let's pull back. Now, what was happening over here? Clemens, the Ohio Volunteers. Fall back. Switch over. The Ohio Volunteers done an excellent job over there. Everywhere seems to be holding. Badger's men, fine. Okay, we're fine. We seem to be fine everywhere else. Ammunition and stuff doesn't seem to be a major issue. Wow. Excellent, excellent casualty ratio there. Let's move Bull's Brigade up. Whether I should do this literally under fire, I'm not too sure of. Fall back. Whoop. Get Bull's Brigade in. We're fine. These men have done a great job. Right then, get these skirmishers in. We're driving off the enemy artillery down here. I'm going to leave them as simple Krakens over there. Frisian Volunteers, we'll keep them up there as reserves, I think. What I want to do is try and get the enemy batteries here. Nice. We're starting to drive the enemy artillery in, which is cool. This is a pretty solid position. We are out of supply, I think. Yep. It's all been eaten up. We're out. So there's nothing for the guns up there. In fact, we may as well pull you back. You're achieving no further purpose there. Well, the Washington Rangers weren't exactly meant to go charging in like that, but hold your line, fellas, hold your line. You're in there now. You may as well start shooting away. Blocked. Yeah, you're really supposed to be up there, you know. Keep driving that stuff off anyway. We've got half an hour. It looks like we've held this. The enemy don't look like they're about to charge in over here. And I don't particularly fancy charging out either. So we'll take as few casualties as we need. This is going to be a savage casualty ratio at the end of this. We've got some guys who've not really got involved. Hang on, Toll's Brigade. They're about to deliver a volley into Walker, I think, looking at that column approaching like that. So the enemy, I mean, they did put an attack up here. You can see by the amount of cannon fire. I guess this is where I've had my artillery concentrated, right? Yeah, the rifles have been substantially better than 12-pounders. I think in future, 12-pounders are probably something, when we get to late to the game, I would probably do without. Get on that side. Get the sharpshooters in. If I could please stop taking canister fire to the face, that would be awesome. Although in the trees, it doesn't seem to be much of an issue. We've got like a 6-to-1 casualty ratio here. Those repeaters are excellent. And over here, yeah, something similar. The range, thanks to the Sharps rifles that we've got, also excellent. That battery has disintegrated. The Orphan Brigade, Kentuckians. Not many of those guys left at the moment. So we've always got the option of advancing to destroy more of the enemy. I don't think there's any advantage in that to us. I want to preserve the strength, because the final battle, the assault on Richmond, as ahistorical as it is going to be a tough one. Okay, you guys are out of ammunition. Well, no, sorry, you're low on ammunition. You can still... I could mount them up and go after that supply wagon. Let's see what we can find down there, shall we? There is an infantry brigade down there I need to be aware of. Okay, yep. The artillery's still doing its job at the back. That's probably what sucked up all the supply out of our supply wagon as it passed past these guys. It probably got sucked up by all those batteries who've been really busy. But I'd say the Army of the Tennessee under Hood has taken quite pasting today. Dismount, fellas, dismount, and get into a fight with them. Let's see if we can find anything down here in the 7 minutes that are left. I don't think we can. I don't think we can. Nice. Solid defensive lines. The Washington Rangers with those Spencers are doing so well. I'm so proud of those guys. I'll swing that way, and we're just going to try a charge. I don't know if we'll catch them, but we'll give it a go. Nice. And then for the final battle, we need to generate as many troops as possible. It can be a multi-day battle. I've been told from you guys who left comments. So we shall see what we get. But yeah, we need to be prepared for this. Okay, I guess we won. Historically, all right, we're going to inflict a lot more casualties than happened historically. But Hood went on the offensive with the Confederate Army of the Tennessee, and he never really got his generals to coordinate their attacks properly. And therefore, whilst his plans weren't necessarily terrible or bad, the execution just didn't work. And he suffered defeat. He took a lot of casualties that he couldn't afford. He was outnumbered, and he was defeated. And then the bizarrest things happened. Sherman marched after winning the battles around Atlanta, Sherman marched his army from Atlanta to the sea, going for Savannah in Georgia. And Hood, instead of getting his way and stopping him, advanced away from him, if that can be a thing. But advancing away, yeah, that sounds like running away, but it wasn't. He was advancing into Union-held territory, into Tennessee, hoping it would draw Sherman's army back, and it didn't. And Hood got into two terrible battles at Nashville and Franklin in Tennessee, where his army was absolutely wrecked. But yes, nearly 10-to-1 casualties. That's been very good for us. Very, very good. Dee's brigade did the best with a huge amount of kills there. Well done, folks. Well done, guys. You did good. We lost one wounded, which is a shame. We captured some Enfield carbines and some stuff that we don't want. Some Harper's Ferries, which will be welcome. Tyler, Texas is. Well, we're going to use some of these in the final battle anyway as we stock up. 7th level Union medal can be achieved only on Major General. Okay, nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll take that. Gives me a career point to spend, which training. I mean, there's no point having reconnaissance now. There's just no point in it. So we may as well put it into training in case we've taken any veterans on. We've got loads of men to replace stuff, so that's really, really cool. The temptation is to fill these to the max, but I'm just going to show you the next battle map before we go in. This is the final battle of Richmond. If we click start, and we'll come back out and we'll refill the coffers. Yeah, okay, we can take all 5 corps into this. So we want to try and fill the other guys up, the 4th and 5th corps up with just new recruits with whatever weapons we have in stock. So it's going to be a big one, and we're going to need the numbers. Numbers will tell. So in this one, let me see, we're going to need to save some money. So we're going for rookies, and we're going to try and get everyone up to just under 2,000 again. There are a lot of these 1861s in the shop, which is brilliant. So that's what we're going to buy up for our final load of fights. You better get, we have a Major General in the reserve. Okay, then that's who we're putting in.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Let's make sure everyone's got about that many. That's cool. That's cool. You've got the 1863 rifles. I'm not going to put any replacements into the artillery batteries because they don't really need it. But at the same time, the algorithm of the game means that any battery over 12 guns, or around about that number, does less damage than a battery of 12 guns. So our 24-pounder 24-gun batteries do less damage than a single, and yes, this is how it works, a single battery of 12 of the same type and skill. Go figure, it's something that should have been fixed in the game or altered, but hasn't been. So that's kind of annoying, but that is the way it is. These guys don't even look like they need any reinforcements. This is excellent. So we're going to top things up as much as we can. Frisian volunteers. They did lose some skirmishers, sadly, which was a shame. I am on rookies, aren't I? This is cost... Oh, because we've got no... we don't have any more 61s in the armory, so I'm having to buy a few. But there's plenty in there. We're going to spend most of the money. I have some fame points, but not enough. Not going to waste it. Okay, there's nothing we're going to spend here. We're not going to spend any of this. We're not going to want any of these... There's 12 of them, though. No, 38 isn't a lot. It gives us... It does give us some morale bonus. Oh, it says no morale effect to that. Okay. Maybe I could then. We shall see. We shall see. They're not bad weapons, but we probably have other stuff in the armory that we can use instead. So let's top all these dudes up. The Yorkshires are fine. Alex's Royal Guard. The Lancashires. I like having a battle like that where we get an overwhelming victory. I'm going to leave that because apparently the cavalry is the same state. A full cavalry brigade does less damage than a, I think about 500 one. It's the algorithm of the game. I think it's a flaw or a bug or a fault. I don't know what to call it, but it's the way it works, and it's a bit silly. We may as well leave those guys as they are. I don't know if it shouldn't matter on skirmishers. Not that we have a lot of them. And I don't know how useful skirmishers are going to be in the final battle because we're going to be going storming forts. Right then, so that would give us cover and stealth, or that would give us reloading time and firearms, and that would give us accuracy. Do you know what? I'm going to take the accuracy because they run out of ammunition so fast. I want the accuracy to be a thing. I don't think we can afford big guns, can we? We can get some 24-pounder howitzers, but on these, we're going to probably put them into one of the smaller corps down here to come along. There's no 20-pounder parrots. No, there are not. Okay, shame. A real shame. Anything down here? These guys, solstice shooters, you need some replacements. There we go. Quality troops, and Dee's brigade did a fantastic job in that fight, holding off the enemy to the bitter end. Alright, so second corps is already maxed out, ready to go. So at this point, third corps is also ready, but we're also... Oh, hang on, we've got like big brigades of fresh troops down there. And then we've got fourth corps, we've got room in there, and then we've got fifth corps as well. So we're going to get them all in. If we have a look at the armory, the skirmisher stuff, there are some of these things that I think I can probably sell to raise money. In fact, let's get rid of all the hunters. We're definitely not taking those. We have Spencer carbines. We have Spencer rifles. Oh, we could have a... Oh, those could be awesome in the hands of some of my skirmishers. Those could be absolutely awesome. We might do that. Cool stuff. Okay, what have we got in the way of cavalry weapons? 31 sawn-offs. Sell them. The 1855 sharps, no use at all. The Remingtons. Now, if we want some melee cavalry, which we may well take, we can actually equip 2 lots. Now, that's good. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll do that. And we could take a fair bit of cavalry. We've got some decent stuff in there. Spencers, Enfields, and some melee cavalry. So, yeah, we might see in 4th or 5th Corps a load of cavalry appear. And in the artillery, 12-pounder Napoleons. There's lots of 10-pounder ordnance, 10-pounder Parrots in the shop, so we'll probably take those. And we'll take some of the... Well, actually, let's buy them. Let's buy them, because then we're going to make something out of that. But at the same time, let's sell off those and those, because we're definitely not going to be taking them. And the Napoleons, I think they're a waste of time. So I'm going to sell them. Well, not a waste of time. They have their uses, but in attacking forts, I'd rather have rifled guns going in. And so we can actually get a lot of these guys in, which is going to be really good. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. So what I'll do, folks, is I will top up our forces with a load of new recruits. You're going to see some big forces on the field in this final fight. And join me once again for the assault on Richmond. And let's see if we can finish this campaign.